Yo, X-Man.
You're moving well the last game. Leg must be better.
Feeling great, man. What did the scan say?
They look good. Worked itself out.
Really? Oh, man. See how I had a feeling it would. I mean, it's not that I didn't believe you or anything like that. I just knew I didn't have to sit out that time.
It's not a problem for me. You know your body. I just present you with options.
All right. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, man.
All right, go get 'em.
Appreciate you. Bright and early tomorrow, right?
I accept gifts.
Oh.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. Always a pleasure, and I mean that, to be here with Kenny and Shaq. Tonight, it'll be the Phoenix Suns going up against the Charlotte Hornets.
Welcome to Noche Latina here in the NBA. A Latin flavor to the night's festivities as we get ready to go. With Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, David Alt, and nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the...
Well, Hornets coach Steve Clifford is always pragmatic.
Thanks, David. He does give a little more leeway to MKG to go to the glass, though, as well he should. And here we're halfway through the season, Doris. This is where the young players can start to look like they're hitting the wall, like it's fatigue mentally and physically.
Well, there's no question about that. In college, you play a max 36, maybe 40 games. You start to hit the 42-point mark in the NBA, you're thinking, oh my goodness, I've got another half of this season to play. And just the physical and mental thought of that can be draining on young guys.
Most of these players, they'll get that second win. Wouldn't you say they get past that so-called wall?
Yeah, I think a lot of that has to do with, okay, what are the guys that have been through this? How are they teaching them? Are they eating well? Are they getting the rest that's necessary? So much of what happens in the NBA is about what are the guys who've done this before doing to help the young guys.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Jeremy Lamb out there with Kemba Walker. Then it's Marvin Williams. Then there's Batum, and it's Zeller in at the 5. Young against Walker. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Prez. Chandler kicks to Young. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
What you love about Young most, to me, is his work ethic. He gives every ounce of energy he has on both ends of the floor.
The Suns shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And so Young nails them both. One thing that the Hornets do very well, as we all know, is at the glass. Top to bottom, this team knows how to close out possessions, Greg, and clean up misses on the defensive end.
Yeah, and Kevin, you look at the roster for the Hornets, everyone is helping on the glass. What is odd that they don't have one guy who averaged huge rebound numbers. It's a true team effort. They are one of the elite teams in limiting offensive rebounds.
So for Phoenix, their last game, a win against Memphis.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
You know, they knew it would be loud on the road, but tuned out all that external noise and completely dominated the scoring.
Clock at 6, and Dudley kicks to Young. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. Here's Prez, the offensive rebound. Here's Tucker. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Young against Walker. Tipped away. Stolen by Dudley. Young with no one around. That was enough space for Young to convert the deep ball.
And Young can knock those down if you give him the chance.
On the wing, Williams. Left side, Batum. Inside, Lamb. To stop the run, it's tipped.
And you gotta respect the D. Perez just spiking the shot back thanks to that amazing reach.
Young with the ball. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. Drills the three-pointer. And you could see it in Perez's eyes. There is no way he's missing that three.
And when he wants to hit from deep, it's almost as if he wills it in if you let it.
Pick by Zeller. 5 on the clock. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Zeller's got his second bucket of the night.
Just such a good shooter from that range.
And he had the size advantage, too. Everything working in his favor in that situation.
Here's Young. Tries again. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And that's just high intensity. Young really going hard.
Hornets trail by 14. Prez in at shooting guard. Chandler out there with Jared Dudley. And it's Young, and it's Booker in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Prez in their last game against the Grizzlies was terrific. He finished with 15 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also finished with a season high in rebounds. It was a great combination for a guy who's considered to be more of a role player for this team. We'll see what he can bring to the table tonight, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you so much. He couldn't have been much better in that game, could he, GA?
Not at all. He was great. I mean, that's for sure. If he wasn't at his best, he was awfully close.
Let's see what he can do for an encore, because certainly the talent is there. It's going to be a very difficult check for the opponent.
Hands it from downtown.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Lamb. And that one comes up a bit short.
That kind of miss rarely happens, but when they occur, they're pretty shocking. You know, I'm amazed Tyson Chandler still provides great rim protection. He still has that incredible length with that standing reach, can bother shots just by going straight up. And as a veteran, he knows exactly what he can and can't get away with when assigned to slow down an opposing big man.
Walker, he sinks the 11-footer.
Oh, he had him spinning. He looks like he's dizzy after that crossover.
Suns leading by 20. There's the pick. And Young kicks to Prez. Now the dish to Dudley. Stolen by Walker. To the paint. And Jeremy Lamb, the bucket on the assist by Walker. And Chandler's certainly terrific defensively. He's won a Defensive Player of the Year in his career. Even if age has slowed him down a little bit, it doesn't negate just how great a defender he is.
I think, Kevin, that's because Chandler, one of the smartest defending big men you'll ever see. He doesn't get baited by pump fakes, doesn't get caught out of position over helping from the weak side. The numbers aren't the same, obviously, as when he was blocking a ton of shots, but he makes an impact on your defense.
Hornets trail by 21. Williams, a screen on Young. Here's Walker. Second shot opportunity. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Charlotte shooting their first free throws here tonight. And that one falls for Zeller. Doris, so many rookies come into the NBA and talk about the physicality of the league. I also think they talk about the speed of the league and the difference from college to pro. Just how physical and just how fast is it for these kids?
Let me give you 2 visions, okay? You've got 6'8", 200 and maybe 60 pounds, right? LeBron James coming at you full steam, and you're looking at hulking shoulders, defined arms and legs, and you're thinking, I don't think it's in my best interest to take a charge. No way, no how.
Isn't he intimidating when he's on that kind of track and coming down with no governor?
I'll say this. You know, if LeBron James is in transition or back to the basket and you're guarding him, you're going to feel it like it's football Monday.
Oh.
Timeout. Start it.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Yeah, I had the chills watching that. It really was a nightmare defensively for them when you go into that building.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Suns ahead, opening up a huge gap. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin.
All right, gentlemen, hustle up. That was a great first half. Listen up. We have these guys back on their heels, and now they're playing like they're desperate. Just do what you've been doing, and it's smooth sailing. Let's go. Come on.
The streets around this beautiful arena in downtown Phoenix, the home of the Suns. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. You look at Justice Young in this game, he's been everywhere.
And in terms of points in that first half, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
Well, he's given us every reason to anticipate big scoring outbursts, and tonight, no exception.
And Charlotte, looking at who they've got. Zeller is out there with Marvin Williams. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. Then there's Batum. And it's Walker in at the point guard position. Zeller, a screen on Young. And here's Walker outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Walker's got 5 points so far.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Boy, both teams really attacking from downtown right now. This is a long-range battle at the moment.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, remember when Roy Hibbert burst onto the scene in that great year for the Pacers, and he's still one of the league's elite rim defenders. He doesn't go for the block so much as create a wall. It's called the principle of verticality, and Hibbert says, I'm the godfather of that. I'm not going to name names, but there were some prominent coaches who said, you need to get rid of this. But Kevin, them's the rules.
Yeah, DA, he didn't invent it. He just perfected it. Thanks. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And Nicholas Batum, I use a baseball analogy, another one of those 5-toolers. He's a guy that basically does everything at a high level on the basketball floor, plays with great energy, and it just seems to affect all facets of the stat sheet. He's just one of those guys that is hard to prepare for because he's such a versatile performer on the floor. Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
From deep, Walker. And the 3-ball is good. He's got 8.
Don't underestimate him. He can knock that down.
And Young kicks to Prez. And Tucker has it in the corner. Young outside. Back to Tucker. 6 to shoot. Here's Prez. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. And Batum kicks to Walker. Wants to get it to Zeller and does. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. That's now 8 points for Cody Zeller.
Boy, worked out well for them that time. Always love to get the ball inside and cash in from close range.
Prez kicks to Dudley. Williams with the steal. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Walker. Bucket is good. Walker's got 10 points in the game.
Completely in rhythm. He's been deadly from a number of spots, but too many of their guys aren't playing well enough.
Young against Walker. And Tucker has it in the corner. Hits the 3-point bomb. Tucker's got 8 points in the quarter.
And with Prez, you get it all. Outstanding passes to his guys who have clean looks at the basket.
Walker with it. And Young picks him up defensively. And Walker kicks to Zeller. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Prez picks one up. Well, we've seen a lot of players come and go in the NBA, Doris, and for the players that have a great career, what is the common aspect that threads these great players in your mind together?
Two things: talent and work ethic.
Well said. Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Lenz checked in for Chandler. Chris comes in for Jared Dudley. And it's Booker in for P.J. Tucker. Kaminsky is checked in for Charlotte. Sessions comes in for Nicholas Batum. Young's shot is off. Here's Charlotte now. They're on a 13-5 run here. Outside, Walker to the inside. Stolen by Len. And there's the pass to Chris. Second chance shot, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Good shots, gentlemen.
The Suns have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the...
Phoenix leading by 21. Prez in a 2-guard. Warren is out there with Jared Dudley. Then it's Chandler, and it's Young in at the point guard. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Warren, the pass to Prez. Just 5 on the clock. Young for 3. Zeller grabs the board. Hornets trail by 21. And Lamb kicks to Zeller. And the dunk by Zeller.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Right wing. Warren dishes to Prez. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. And that's good. Jared Dudley for 3.
And Prez is just a dynamic player, a flawless passer who sets his guys up perfectly.
And Sessions kicks to Lamb. The rebound by Young. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. It's stolen by Lamb. Sessions against Young. Here is Sessions to the inside. That shot off. Excellent defense there from Prez. Warren, the pass to Chandler. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Williams has a screen for Sessions. Outside Williams. Shot clock at 6. Here's Lamb. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay. Sessions has got 3 assists in the game. Phoenix leading by 20. And Dudley kicks to Prez. Passes it to Dudley. The feed now to Prez. Dudley dishes to Prez. Inside, here's Chandler. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Well, we've seen this league grow year in and year out, changing year to year, evolving year to year. Doris, what do you think of the 3 and D player type of player we see?
Well, I think first and foremost, obviously, the three-point shot has changed the equation in the NBA. It's hard to win without it. But I look at a guy like Klay Thompson, who, when he came into the league, said he thought his ceiling was that he'd be a 3 and D type player. I think if you have those 2 abilities, then your ceiling is much higher than you think it is. To me, Klay Thompson has got to start thinking of himself as an MVP caliber player, because I think he is that.
You think it's a mindset then?
I do indeed.
What about the big player who thinks that way too? Now that to me isn't like the Draymond Green 6'7", 6'8", 6'9" guys.
Well, how about that guy? And there's guys in college basketball that remind me of Draymond Green. And what separates Draymond is his intellect and his willingness to say, I'm not going to let my size limit my effectiveness on the NBA level. I can play because I know I can pass it. I can shoot it. My vision is terrific. I can put it on the deck. If you can be a multifaceted player, you've got a chance to succeed in the NBA.
Well, it was well said. Charlotte making a switch here. Walker's checked in. Charlotte calls timeout. They're behind by 18. 1:51 left here in the fourth quarter. to the inside. Chandler with the steal. Here's the break. A nice shot by Tucker. And the Suns lead by 20.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
Yeah, I wouldn't take my foot off the gas just yet, but it's never safe to assume any lead is safe in this league.
And there's Zeller, and that's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 4 assists in the game. Timeout called, the Suns. They're in front by 18. 1:29 left in the fourth. So it's the Suns winning easily here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. See you next time.
Hey, yo! Hey, yo!
The 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Phoenix Suns as they go up against the Oklahoma City Thunder.
It's a Western Conference battle here in Phoenix as the Suns look to work the home court advantage. This is Kevin Harlan alongside. On the last leg of the regular season, Doris, it's always a challenge to make it this far in one piece. It's almost a trying to survive than anything else.
I think obviously your training staff has got to be pretty good. Your masseuse has got to be pretty good as well. The other part of that is if you have a deep bench and it allows you to keep your minutes down. You think of a team like Golden State, how few times in the fourth quarter Steph Curry has played. It helps him in the playoffs in the long run.
Having played and coached yourself, aren't you amazed at the training that now is available to the players, the medical information at their fingertips?
Do you know, Kevin, that they can basically track, and they did for Dirk Nowitzki in Dallas this year, they can track every step these athletes take. They know what their heart rate is, what the work capacity has been. It's truly the metrics, the analytics, it's off the charts.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for Oklahoma City right now, Westbrook and Oladipo, the athletic backcourt duo. Anthony Morrow out there with Ilyasova. And it's Adams in at the 5 down low. Now, here's Tucker, guarded by Oladipo. Here's Len.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And the Thunder from 2011 to 2014 made the Western Conference Finals twice, as well as the NBA Finals, while still one of the youngest teams in the league. They had, Greg, all the makings of a dynasty.
You felt like they were destined to win a championship and maybe multiple ones. Now you're not so sure. It's a tough business, and being very good often isn't good enough.
Westbrook kicks to Adams. Sweet move. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
All the officials are all over that one.
The Thunder shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. Free throw good, Adams. And so Adams nails both of them. On defense, the Thunder. 4-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
And really, given how they performed offensively, guys, they just never had a chance.
You know, I think it goes back to fundamentals. I didn't see guys creating for their teammates, and that really led to some poor shot selection.
Here's Morrow. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Adams with it, now guarded by Len. Here's Westbrook. The Thunder with another miss.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
It's deflected. It's stolen by Oladipo. Morrow, no good. Thunder on D. Young dishes to Tucker. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Well, that's just superb coordination and balance right there. Tucker's hard to move once he gets the ball inside.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And up to this point on the season, he's set a pace of right around 73% when he gets to the line.
The Suns trailing. Every year, they'll always put out an NBA survey of who is the toughest to guard. No surprise that Russell Westbrook is almost always at the top of the list in those surveys. He just, Greg, strikes fear in opposing defenders.
And Kevin, it's a result of several factors in terms of why he tops that list. He has the game and the body to punish you for all 4 quarters, and he never lets up in his intensity. And also a knack for putting players who are caught sleeping on posters. It is both physically and mentally draining guarding a guy like Westbrook.
Here's Oladipo. Connects on the 17-footer. Oladipo's got his first basket of the night.
And boy, did he go straight at the defender on that possession. Didn't bother him at all. And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
You love the confidence, but that's a situation where they really needed a better look. Oh. No, he did not.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a...
Wake up out there. Come on. Listen, guys, you've got one guy doing all the damage out there.
Get that one. And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Thunder trailing by 3. Prez in at shooting guard. Alex Len out there with Jared Dudley. Then there's Devin Booker, and it's Young in at the 1. So that's the Suns' 5 as we get into the second quarter. Cantor. Doris, a lot of great young players come into the NBA. Which do you think could be the best in the league in a few years?
Well, I think certainly Anthony Davis comes to mind because of how skilled he is. We were talking earlier about the 5 position, how it's changing. You've got Anthony Davis who's now stretched his range to 3-point. He's got mid-range game. He can go back to the basket. He's dynamic in the open floor and a real presence on the defensive end. I can't wait to see what happens with Anthony Davis.
Or somebody taught him well when he was young because his handle's good and he plays almost the position like a point guard.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think that's the key. I think he played that position earlier in his career because he had that great growth spurt. But I think Anthony Davis, it's about the skills certainly, but it's about the work ethic and the IQ, and he's got the whole package.
Smart kid. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Prez in their last game against the Hornets provided a very nice lift. He had 9 points and was on the mark several times from beyond the 3-point arc. He performed really well, and I could see his role expanding if he continues to make that kind of impact, Kevin.
All right, David. Well, guys, coming off a performance like that has got to have him supremely confident right now.
No doubt. I guarantee he comes into today's game feeling there isn't anything he can't do on the floor right now.
Yeah, I mean, he dominated that last outing so completely. His confidence is high, and that's a very dangerous thing for this defense.
Cantor's shot is off. Suns leading by 5. Shot from 12. And Young with the basket on the assist by Dudley. Young's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Cantor against Dudley. Cantor, the pass to Oladipo. No good from outside. Phoenix has gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Here's Len. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Len. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Devin Booker. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Thunder trailing by 9. Now here's Payne. He's coming off a 10-point game against Portland. To halt the run. He's off on that one. Now the Suns take it the other way. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way. And that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
Well, I don't think it's overstatement to call that an embarrassing defensive effort. Shooters were wide open from everywhere.
And as the second overall pick back in 13 out of Indiana, Victor Oladipo, while he's had a solid start to his career, stardom still, I think, is what he aspires to achieve. I mean, he's got the tools from a physical standpoint, but the decision-making and the perimeter shooting, 2 areas that he's got to improve. And then defensively, which is where I thought he would be a game changer, hasn't really excelled as much as I think he's capable of.
Prez kicks to Dudley. Passes it to Prez. Suns moving the ball around, and he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And I would not be surprised to see them double him up here.
Phoenix making some changes. Warren's checked in for Dudley. And that does it for the first half of play. Suns ahead. They lead by 13. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks.
All right, gentlemen, hustle up. That was a great first half. I like what I see out there, fellas. We're playing like we want it more than them.
The streets around this beautiful arena in downtown Phoenix, the home of the Suns. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. An exceptional performance from Brandon Knight.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
The 2 E's, efficient and effective performance from him. Not needing a lot of looks to make a huge difference in the scoring column.
And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Westbrook and Oladipo, the athletic backcourt duo. Ilyasova out there with Anthony Morrow. And it's Adams in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook, and good. He got the English that time as it falls.
Yeah, he's so integral to the success of their offensive system.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know that the Thunder hired Billy Donovan as its new head coach. In his 2 decades at the University of Florida, he led them to 2 national titles with players like Al Horford and Joakim Noah. A defensive-minded coach, he's developed into a great offensive mind. Fellas, that's what he's trying to bring to OKC. Moving the floor, as he calls it. Creating space for their great scorers to operate.
Ball movement, player movement. That's where the league is going, DA. Thanks. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, Doris, the NBA is consistently evolving, changing all the time. What are the biggest changes you've seen in the league over the years?
Well, this should be an interesting conversation because if you think about Michael Jordan's era and how little impact the three-point shot had on the game, to the point where 2 years ago, Greg Popovich says, Kevin, and you've been calling the NBA a lot longer than I have, you can't win without the three-point ball. It's simply impossible. Would you say that that's been the single most significant change?
Probably brought more in focus with what Curry and Thompson have done. I love the ball movement.
It's a lot of fun.
The game is so much more pleasing to the eye now than, say, in the 90s.
Okay, and let me ask you this. So we talk about the three-point shot. The other thing with Golden State, and you mentioned Steph and Clay, this small ball, is that sort of a revolutionary thing that perhaps is not going to go back?
Well, the athletic ability, the length of their arm span, the ability to jump, they can almost equal what a big man would do, even in a smaller frame, a different kind of form, and maybe they've been able to adjust that way. I mean, what do you think? It's
as you know, and you know this better than I do, it's a sort of a reactionary league. And so you saw a team like Washington go away from a double low post that got them to the Eastern Conference Finals, try to play small, and they take a step back.
Yes, good point.
And Kevin, what's remarkable to me about Westbrook is that as much as he is used in the offensive game plan, I mean, this is a guy that is the focal point in terms of how they're going to play. That's a tremendous amount of pressure on a player, no matter how talented he is.
Glenn, a screen. Young dishes to Dudley. Excellent D from Cantor.
Great possession with an even better shot. Disappointing it doesn't go.
Young with the steal. To the middle. It's blocked. In the corner, it's Westbrook. From downtown, knocks down the 3 ball. Westbrook's got it back down to single digits for the Thunder. And thinking again about Westbrook and his high usage rate, it's incredible, Greg, because he still plays entirely efficient.
It's crazy. I mean, normally the more shots you take, the more your efficiency drops. But Westbrook seems to be free of that. It's a big reason why this team lets Westbrook.
Suns leading by 5. Prez. He's in at shooting guard. Jared Dudley out there with Len. Then it's Young, and it's Booker in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
And you have to admire the penetrating ability of Young, just smashing apart the defense with his speed.
A wide open look here for Oladipo. Rebounded by Dudley.
Boy, Coach drew up a great play to get the wide open look. Perfect shot in that situation. He thought he had it.
Prez passes to Len. Not enough on that one as it misses.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
And Oladipo kicks to Westbrook. Oklahoma City moving the ball around, and it's in there.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Here's the three, and that drops in from beyond the arc. Three-pointer from Prez. And the Suns lead by 8. The Thunder shooting 43% from the floor. Westbrook against Young. Westbrook kicks to Adams. Len with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Len. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Down low, here's Oladipo. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Boy, the feed inside has got to be perfectly placed. It nets him 2 points. That's nicely done.
And Dudley kicks to Young. And here's Booker from the arc. Thunder with the rebound. Adams has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Oladipo for 3, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. 16 points for Victor Oladipo.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
And Booker kicks to Prez. Back to Booker. It's tipped. And now Oladipo pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Young dishes to Dudley. Here's Prez. Connects from three-point range. Prez has got 6 here in this quarter.
Just a huge shot. Prez really taking control here in these crucial moments.
Here's Westbrook. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. The first free throw is good. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Suns. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Morrow's checked in.
Tremendous job at the line as usual. You can always bank on him in those situations.
And Young kicks to Dudley. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. And here's Young, just 5 on the clock. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. And the Suns lead by 4.
A gigantic bucket. You can see why this team trusts Young so much.
Lets it go from the wing. That one off the back iron and out.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
No, and it looked like he got a bit ahead of himself and just couldn't pull back.
Here's Len, and Adams sends it back, and he recovers it, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it, he'll shoot one more at the free throw line. So it'll be Alex Len shooting. It's going to be on Victor Oladipo. Thunder trailing by 7. Feeds it to Morrow. Pass to Ilyasova. Young against Westbrook. Adams outside. And Oladipo has it in the corner. 5 on the clock. Rebound by the Suns. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Prez passes to Tucker. To the wing on the left. Now Dudley. Len dishes to Prez. Shoots the 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Nice job, Orange Juice. Hustle up, take a seat.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Cantor checked in for Steven Adams. Collison comes in. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. So long.
Hey, yo!